It's time for another Dice Tower review with the Chief, Bart Brunsheen.
This is the Chief from the Dice Tower, and today we're going to review, Bo and I are going to review a game from Hasbro called Sorry Sliders.
It's called Sorry Sliders.
Right. This is a special version of Sorry Sliders. When I first got it, or actually, Bo, you got it for Christmas from your uncle, right? And we already had Sorry Sliders, but as we looked at it, we noticed...
This is a new Sorry Sliders.
That's right, it's a new one. It actually is kind of closer to Pitch Car. But we'll go in and we'll take a look.
It's kind of like the show that I watch every day.
True. Okay, here we have the actual pieces. Of course, they look a little bit like Sorry pieces. You can see they have the little cool like car symbols, the faces of the cars on them. And you can see there's the ball bearing that's inside that allows it to slide around. So the cars are really cool. The faces are neat. Pan out a little bit. Well, let me just pan over and see if I can show you. Alright, here are the three different obstacles that come in the game. First of all, you can see the little holes, so you can move these wherever you want. These little cones, you get two of them, so you can move them. This is a little oil slick that works really nice. Let's see if I can pop it off. It's kind of got a little, it's almost like a ramp. And when we, meaning my boy and I, were sliding these little Sorry pieces around, or the little cars, this works almost like a jump. So these are really cool. And then this is just something that fits up against the wall. And what was really neat was while we were playing, Bo started repositioning these, and he made some real tight areas where he put one on either side of the track. These just also fit into the same little hole. Of course, I can't get in it now. And up against the wall. So you can have them doubled up, like so, and you end up with tight little blocking areas. Let's see. These little chips, every time your little race car goes around and crosses, you know, what the finish line is, he collects a chip. And upon collecting his fourth chip, once you get them all the way around the track again, that player wins. So that's just how you keep track of where you're at. The little mater guy is kind of a like a freebie. If you crash, you can set your piece back up, or if you end up on some different spots on the map, which I'll show you in a little bit, he basically is kind of like a free pass, or, you know, get out of jail free card, basically. So some of the little zones, what they've got set up are what they call zones. You can see one right here. This is the green zone. The way the game starts is you kind of do a pole position. You have one player on, and he flicks his, and the guy that, you know, you do first, second, third, fourth, and then you set up your cars, and you begin the race, and you flick in that order. What will happen is you get two flicks. So the first flick, and then you immediately get to do a second flick, as long as you didn't knock your piece over. If your piece falls over or leaves the track at any point in time, it's considered a crash. If he does it after the very first flick, you don't get a second turn. So you want to try to stay upright, obviously, as you go around. That's where Mater could come in. He could cancel out a crash. If you end up in another player's zone, even if it's not your turn, they can come in. Whoever is green can come in and flick you backwards and make you go backwards on the track. That's where Hasbro works in the quote-unquote sorry part of sliders. You have what's called a radiation zone, which is kind of weird. It's just this little zone over here with the radiation symbols. If your piece ends up there, you have to flick it with your eyes closed. Again, if you have Mater, you can turn that in, and you don't have to do it with your eyes closed. So the track is very nice. Let me show you how it goes together. You have the little wall piece that pops in here, and it stays on really good. It's got a little sticker on it. There's one on both sides of it. And then there's basically, see if I can keep it in frame, you've kind of got like an A and a B piece, or male-female piece, and they simply go in and they hold pretty good. Every once in a while I'd have a problem with some of the gaps between the table and kind of making these things on the edge not fit perfectly right, but they work really good. It's not real heavy-duty thick cardstock, so you can see why you might have a problem, but I'm actually very happy with the production quality of it. So we'll pan out a little bit. Snaps together. You have the option of making like a straightaway drag racing track, which is just, you know, push your piece straight ahead. You can make a little square, which looked a little boring. The oval, which is how this is set up, is the best. So you can just see how it ovals all the way around and comes around here. So now they added this little piece in here. Whoever finishes in first, second, third. Bo actually loved this a lot. I was surprised. It actually fits on the track here when the thing's over. You can leave it on and make it a tunnel that they have to shoot through, which is what Bo wanted to do. He wanted to have it as like another obstacle. And what I really like about this is it's much like Sorry Sliders. These pieces roll around with the ball bearing the same way. But it's very fun, and Bo gets a kick out of it. How much do you like it?
I like it because you get to close your eyes on these.
That's right. Yeah, if you're in the certain zones, you have to close your eyes when you slide it. And you go around, and they have a nice little deal here.
And if you hit one of these, you get a chip if you get the right one. If you don't get the right one, bounce back.
All right. Yeah, they've got little oil slicks on here, which we've looked at already, and all the little hazards.
And these, they pop.
Very fun game. So if you get a chance and you got little ones in the house, Sorry Sliders with the Cars version, the Disney Pixar Cars 2 version on it, and the little picture of all the little characters, which I can't remember their names.
I know Cars 2. I hadn't watched it before, but at my daycare, it was a new race car.
Excellent.
Not like a new race car like Lightning McQueen.
So we like it. So we enjoy the game, and it was a very nice Christmas present. See you guys later.
Bye.
See you.
Thanks for watching our review today. For more information about board games, as well as the #1 board game audio podcast, check out Dicetower.com for reviews, interviews, and more. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower.
Yeah?